last night's Monday Night Football game was a complete dud. Not only did the Packers cover the 14 points, it's the first shutout in the NFL this season. 34-0, folks. 34-0. There was never any sense that the Saints were going to be able to score a point in this game. The Packers just ran over them early and often. Josh Jacobs with another big game, and it was cold in Lambeau. It didn't make any difference how long they put Spencer Rattler in that freezer for, because it was just one of the bigger blowouts we've seen all season, and absolutely the biggest blowout we've seen in prime time. So what's to say after this game, except for we won and won big? Here's Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love.
In the right direction at the right time.
Yeah, I would say so. And what's really cool is you're getting contributions from a lot of different people. So I think that is usually the mark of a good team. You got to stay healthy and continue to build on what you've done. And, but I love the energy of our group. Our guys show up ready to work, willing to work every day. And we got to continue to push one another to be at our best, because this is the time when you need to be playing your best ball.
No, it's big time. That's something that obviously the goal is Super Bowl. So that's the first step right there, is making the playoffs. Obviously, this was a big time game to clinch that spot, and proud of the way we came out here and handled business. And so it's big time. Definitely. I think anytime you can put up that many points is a good way to go out on offense. But I still think there's a lot more points out there for us, a lot more big time plays, and still just some stuff that we're not hitting on. But I think there's a lot more out there, like I said.
All right, good for Jordan Love finding something to work on after winning 34-0. All right, good news for athletes who want to play an extra year after playing junior college football, very similar to Diego Pavia, who got an extra year of eligibility at the University of Vanderbilt. If you play in junior college for one of the years in your eligibility, the Division I Board of Directors have approved a new waiver that's going to grant an additional year of eligibility for transfer. So this opens up the door for a lot of kids who spent 1 year at JUCO. There's a brand new memo that came out as well from the NCAA stating that the Division I Board of Directors and Division I Council have authorized comprehensive eligibility review, and the intent is to create an eligibility framework that will be sustainable and withstand scrutiny. And the review's action has now modernized college sports. It includes all student athletes' eligibility in Division I, is advancing the discussion to the upcoming January governance. A lot of words, but that's the bottom line. You play in JUCO 1 year, doesn't count toward a year of eligibility. If you transfer, you get another. Meanwhile, Georgia's quarterback Carson Beck not going to play in the upcoming playoff game. It's been deemed that he is now out for the season. Beck had a checkered up-and-down year for the Georgia Bulldogs, and essentially his backup quarterback ended up replacing him in the previous game, although Beck came in late in the game to hand off the ball in Georgia's win. Carson Beck going to play, looks like somewhere else next season. Notre Dame star defensive lineman Riley Mills is out for the college football playoff with a knee injury. He had 7.5 sacks for the Fighting Irish this past year. The top transfer at tight end in the portal is Max Clare. He's going to be going to Ohio State, leaving Purdue. That's got to burn a little bit. In college football yesterday, in the Idaho Potato Bowl, very exciting finish, double overtime. Northern Illinois beats Fresno State, and UTSA were big favorites against Coastal Carolina, I guess for a reason. They win 44-15. Jeff Traylor, their head coach, happy with the outcome.
Really excited how my team went through a lot of adversity and how they just continue to get better after the start we had in the season, and really finished strong. Played some really good football the last 6 to 7 weeks, and happy for my seniors. There's a lot of guys that choose to not play in these bowl games. It's not important. It's just never been the case at UTSA. Our kids have always just been fantastic about that stuff, and it's because of the seniors, their leadership, and it's a blessing to coach them, and really, really proud of how they finished. And I still stand by. They were a 10 or 11 win team. No different than our 11 and 12 win teams before. We were probably 4 plays away from hitting 11 this year, to be very honest with you. But we didn't, but we're grateful for where we are right now.
All right, for those of you unfamiliar with the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day schedule in both college and pro sports, it's very light and limited, but we do have every year, one bowl game played on the eve of Christmas on the 24th. It's always the Hawaii Bowl, and usually Hawaii is in it, but they are not this year. This year, it is the University of South Florida. They're taking on San Jose State. This line opened up at USF +4. It has now gone down to USF +2.5, and it looks like the steam is all coming in toward the Bulls. By the way, the total in this one is 63.5. So maybe we'll get one fun game on Christmas Eve tonight. It's certainly possible. Tomorrow, of course, we got a ton of action, including the National Football League and the NBA. But quiet night tonight. All right, we'll see what's up with Christian Watson. He was hurt last night. The one blemish on the Packers game last night, 34-0. He injured his knee. We don't know how serious it is. We'll see. The Texans have claimed Deontay Johnson off waivers from the Ravens, with Tank Dell being out for the season. So we'll see if Johnson now finds his new home and some playing time. The Steelers tomorrow in the NFL, 2.5-point underdogs against the Chiefs. And the other game on Christmas Day is Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, 5.5-point home favorites on the road at the Houston Texans. Joel Embiid's season has not gone smoothly at all. 76ers did win yesterday. That's the good news. He's missed a lot of games. Yesterday he was ejected, 111-106 the final. Tyrese Maxey, the big story here, he had 32 points. The Celtics did not have Jason Tatum. They lose to the Magic, 108-104. The Cavaliers play and they win. This has been the story of the entire season. Final 124-113 as they beat the Utah Jazz. And the Knicks beat the Raptors at Madison Square Garden by a final of 129-125. Also ahead of tomorrow's games in the NBA, we got some other finals to go over. LeBron James, triple-double. He's the gift that keeps on giving the holiday season. 117-114, the Lakers lost in that game. The Nuggets easily handled the Suns, final 117-90. Nikola Jokic had 32 points and 7 assists. The Warriors lose another close one as they fall 111-105 to the Pacers, and Luka Doncic returns and scores 27 points as the Mavs crush the Blazers 132-108. That was the final there.